The Japanese Type 97 machine gun is one that you don't see very often, and it's really based on the ZB-26, a Czech design.
In the 1930s, the Japanese Army needed a tank machine gun, a machine gun that would be used primarily on all of its motorized vehicles. They had made use of some earlier designs. There was the Japanese Type 11, which was used from the 1920s onward, but this was chambered for the 6.5 millimeter Japanese cartridge, the early Arisaka cartridge that was used with the Type 38 rifles. And it was a pretty anemic cartridge design.
What the Japanese experience in combat in China is that they're going up against Chinese troops who are fighting them with Mauser rifles and 8mm and Czechoslovakian light machine guns, namely the ZB-26, also chambered for 8mm. And what the Japanese very quickly realize is that the Chinese troops, they possess much greater barrier penetration than the lighter bullets being fired from the Japanese Type 38 rifles and the Type 11 light machine guns. The Japanese in 1936 adopt the Type 96 light machine gun, which is an extremely effective automatic weapon, but it's still using this 6.5 by 50mm cartridge. The Japanese quickly realize that they need something more powerful for an automatic weapon. They will eventually then decide to develop a heavier caliber tank machine gun, which is designated Type 97.
The Type 97 was based on the Czech ZB-26 light machine gun, and that was really an excellent light machine gun. Its gas operation just worked flawlessly.
The Type 97 machine gun, it's a 25-pound light machine gun. The Japanese ultimately make about 18,000 of them. And the firearm feeds from a 20-round top-mounted detachable box magazine, fires from the open bolt. But more importantly, it is chambered for this new cartridge, 7.7 by 58mm. This is significant because it's marking the point at which the Japanese, when they adopt the Type 97 light machine gun, which is in 1937, they have recognized that we need something that fires a heavier bullet. The first thing they do is adopt this tank version, and what makes the Type 97 really recognizable and makes it distinct is the fact that it includes this shorter buttstock that can be folded into a side position so that it can be used inside the confines of the turret of one of the Japanese tanks.
The other thing that's notable and interesting is the Type 97 was designed to be issued and used with a 1.5 power magnified optic that sat along the left side of the bore axis, since it couldn't sit at the top of the receiver because of where the magazine was located. Because of that, typically you think of the British Bren having its iron sights on the left side of the receiver. On the Type 97, they've actually been relocated to the right side of the receiver in order to accommodate this magnified optic.
What you usually see among the NFA-registered versions of the Type 97 that are out there is that the gun comes without the scope. The scope is a very difficult thing to get your hands on, so that if you can find a version that still has the telescopic sight, why, that's a rare collector's item indeed. And these Type 97 tank light machine guns, they're being used by Japanese fighting forces from the moment of adoption in 1937 all the way through the bitter end of Imperial Armed Forces in 1945.